Poker language. When playing poker, you're bound to come across language that you simply won't understand. That's natural. It's evolved into a subculture with its own slang, its own vernacular, and its own terms that amateurs will find unnatural at first. Don't be afraid of the language, though. Once you get the hang of it, you'll find it relatively easy to understand. It'll just take some practice and usage, just like any language or slang. Here are some of the more common slang words that you'll find when playing online. The blind. The first term you'll come across is the blind. Don't let this term fool you. It's not nearly as complicated as it might sound. Really, it's just a $10 word for the initial bet. When you hear the term blind, what is really meant is the bet initially you need to place in order to play the game. You'll also hear the words big blind and small blind. The first bettor places the small blind, whereas the second player places the big blind. Once the bets are placed, the game can begin in earnest. Once the blinds have been placed, board cards are placed on the board. When playing Texas Hold'em, the board cards consist of 3 face-down cards. After the board cards have been placed, the draw is handed out to the players who place their blinds at the beginning of the game. The draw, or 2 private cards for each player, is the only differentiating factor between each player. All players will share the other cards placed on the board for all to see. Therefore, the draw will be what determines the best hand. You'll also hear terms like the turn and the river. What do these obscure terms mean? Quite simply, they mean the 4th board card and the 5th board card. Once the river has been turned, players will place their final bets and the winner will be revealed.